What's going on, guys? Critical Duality here, and welcome to my review on Birds of Prey. Now, for those of you worrying about spoilers, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything in this. I don't think I will anyway. That is not very comforting, I know. I'm aiming to not spoil a single thing, and this video is to help you all decide whether or not to go see Birds of Prey. And I'm going to be brutally honest here. I was expecting this film to be shit. I mean, I see the trailers and all the promotional material, and I was just like, oh no, this is going to be bad. This is going to be awful. But I actually really like this film. This film itself, it does have a bit of an issue of trying. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from Suicide Squad a bit too much at times. But then again, all the new DC films tend to do that. I mean, even Joker, to an extent, was sort of trying to distance itself from Jared Leto by having Joaquin Phoenix do Joaquin Phoenix. And so, yeah. Anyway, let's get on with the review. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm gonna do my pros and cons. I was really mixed, but I'm not the guy who talks about movies too much. So, yeah. Sean Chandler. In case you guys don't figure it out. Because he's the guy I watch all the time. But anyway, let's start at the pros because I've got my notes literally right here. So if you see my eyes just dart off in this direction, I'm looking at my notes. So anyway, pro number one, all of the cast in this film, they do a great job, and they also look like they're all having fun. When I watched Suicide Squad, because I rewatched it the other night, just to brace myself for what I thought was going to be a really shit film. I watched it the other night and I just looked at it and I just felt like the cast just don't look like they're having fun. I mean, Will Smith doesn't look like he wants to be anywhere else. And so does Jared Leto. Jared Leto, he doesn't really look like he's enjoying himself a whole lot either. The only person who looked like they were enjoying themselves is Margot Robbie. And Margot Robbie is consistently good in this. And she's also great in Birds of Prey. And the cast in this movie, they all look like they're having great fun. Especially Ian McGregor. Ian McGregor looks like he's having so much fun. What's the sweat on my nose? It's dusting my roommate hoovered in there for like a week. But yeah. Ian McGregor, he looks like he's having so much fun in the role as Black Mask. And that helps us to really enjoy his role in this movie a lot more. I mean, I love Ian McGregor in this film. Margot Robbie is great and all. But Ian McGregor, for me, is the highlight of the film. This film is just... It highlights how good of an actor Ian McGregor is because recently he's been in Doctor Sleep and then he's gone from like this traumatised character of Danny Torrance to this crazy as fuck, absolutely insane motherfucker in Black Mask. And Christ almighty, he does some crazy shit in this film. I won't spoil anything, but he does some pretty crazy stuff that even has me sort of... he does. There's a scene that takes place towards the end of the film, like it's towards the end of the second act, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" But anyway, Ian McGregor, he's great, and having actors who are having fun themselves helps you to enjoy the film a lot more. Even Arrow season 4, which I give a lot of shit to. I give a lot of shit to Neil McDonough's character of Damien Dark, but at least Damien Dark looks like he's having fun in the series, and that helped me enjoy season 4 of Arrow a little bit more. But anyway, next up on the pros, it does a really good job of balancing the tone. I'd like to go back to the old Spider-Man movies by Sam Raimi. The first one, it just sort of bounced between hero, villain, and the tone was quite good. The tone was quite uplifting when you're with Peter Parker, and it's darker when you're around when the Green Goblin's about. And that's sort of the same here. I mean, of course, the main character of the film, no doubt, is Harley Quinn. I mean, this film may be called Birds of Prey, but you're also forgetting the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn, and I'm amazed I can remember that. But this film is more or less a Harley Quinn film, if anything, but I'll get to that as one of my cons. But you have all the main characters, all the female characters, the leads, the Birds of Prey, whatever. The tone in there is pretty interesting. Like, it does a pretty good job of balancing the tone. When you're with Harley and Cassie, it's quite fun. It's a fun film. when Black Mask comes into the screen, or Roman Sionis, it's quite tense, dark, and also slightly comedic at times. When you're around Renee Montoya, it's just quite cop showy to do the character. When the Huntress is around, it becomes quite a revenge story, and it does a really good job of connecting all of these stories together. I mean, the problem, one of the issues I did have when I first watched this, I've watched this twice now. I actually went to see it again yesterday because I had nothing to do, and and one thing I did have an issue with the first time was I felt like the story just took a long time to connect. Like, it just felt like a load of random events. It was just chaotic as fuck at the start. And then, watching it the second time, it sort of works really well in its favour, actually. And it does a pretty good job of introducing the characters. Like, by the end of the first act, we are introduced to all of the characters. We're introduced to Harley, Renee Montoya, Huntress, we're introduced to Cassandra Cain. We're introduced to all of these characters, and that's a good thing for a movie, because most movies nowadays tends to throw in a random character to save the main character's arse, like towards in the middle point of the film, and it's just, we don't want that. I mean, I'm mainly picking at Star Wars, the last Skywalker, I think it's called, Rise of Skywalker. That's how insignificant that shit is to me. But anyway, it does a really good job of interconnecting all the storylines, and it has a pretty good payoff at the end. Although I kind of wish, like, it turned out a bit differently, but yeah. Another pro that I've got is it has a really good use of humour as well. The film is very funny at times. I mean, it wasn't anything like me laughing my arse off, but it got a lot of chuckles out of me. I mean, I was trying my best not to do the Joker laugh in the cinema. I don't think they want me doing that in there after I went to see Joker, because I went to see Joker like back when it came out, and what the hell was that sound? And I was just doing the Joker laugh in the cinema. I was just doing at the start of the film, before the film started getting really dark, I just started doing the Joker laugh. I don't know why, I just found it funny. I just thought it scared the shit out of people, and it was perfect. But anyway, this movie has a really good sense of humour in it. It's not like over the top. It's not like, oh my god, cringy humour. It's quite good. It's very good humour. It has Harley Quinn as a narrator is quite funny as well. She's the sort of narrating this film, and she's the one that sort of introduced us to all these characters. Like, she describes Renee Montoya as a cop. She gives us the backstory, and she also points out the fact that she just says hilarious cop one-liner things, which is just... Well, I hate procedural cop shows, and I hate all forms of cop shows. Gotham was the closest I've ever come to a cop show that I liked. Sort of. Keep in mind, I don't like Gotham that much anymore, but whatever. And, yeah, so Harley Quinn's... The humour all comes from Harley most of the time. Then you got Ian McGregor, and this isn't really a spoiler because it's on a TV spot, but he points out his shrunken head. It's like, it's no 20 years old. He's in my bedroom. Ew. It's just really funny just to see him having fun with the role, and it's just the way his mannerisms really capture the character of Black Mask, and the humour in this movie is great. Although I do have some cons. Number one. See this finger? That's it. Comes number one. Number one, the pacing. Now, every movie for me, I'm quite critical of the pacing most of all. Because if I feel like I'm in the middle of the movie and I feel like it should be the end of the film and it's not, I'm just going to think, oh god, how long till it's over then? Because I had that issue with Aquaman. Like, at the end of like the midpoint of the film, I thought it was at the end of the film already. When he first fights the Ocean Master, I was just expecting to be at the end of the film. I was expecting to win and then it'd all be over. Mainly because I zoned out quite a lot during the first time I watched Aquaman. I mean, I've got the DVD somewhere in here. It's a mess somewhere up there. I don't know. But on my shelves, I will show you my shelves in a minute. But yeah. God damn it, it's nearly 10 minutes long. Fuck it. This video ain't going to get much traction on YouTube if it's over 10 minutes, but whatever. So pacing-wise, this movie moves at a very fast pace, but then it also slows down a bit too much at times. Like, I don't know how to get into this without spoiling anything, but there are times in this movie, especially in the second act, where the movie sort of slows down a bit too much before picking up. Especially towards like the second half of Act 2, it really slows down quite a lot. I don't know, it's meant to build the rising tension to Act 3, but yeah. Also, I'm a pretty big sucker for the 3-act structure, but where the fuck was the 3-act structure in this film? Like, I must be stupid, or I might not have been paying attention, but for some reason, the 3rd act just crept up on me. I had no idea where the point of no return was for the Harley Quinn of this film. It's just completely random. I was just like, where's the 3rd? Is this the 3rd act? This is the end of the 2nd act? I don't know what's going on. But anyway, the pacing, a bit strange in this film. Really fast paced, but then it just slows down a bit too much for my liking. And also another issue I've got is this film sort of tries to be a bit too much like Deadpool. Now, it's unfair to compare this to Deadpool. When I went to the cinema, I was expecting it to be shit. But when I started hearing the opening narration, I was like, okay, I cannot compare this to Deadpool, and I did. Indeed, I did. I stupidly compared it to Deadpool, and to be fair, the humour is not going to be as good as Deadpool, and Harley Quinn is nowhere near as a funny narrator as Deadpool. But this film is still funny, but at times I feel like it sort of tries to leech off of what made Deadpool great, and that was the rated R setting and the humour. And now this movie basically is sort of Deadpool. The way I can describe it is Deadpool 2. But if you had all the characters as females. Like, you got this kid character who wants nothing to do with the characters, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to have something to do with you, and then, yeah, fallout. Then you got this massive team-up event thing, which, luckily no one, not the whole team didn't die when they jump into action. They don't die immediately, thankfully, but, yeah. So my issue with it is it's sort of trying to be Deadpool. It's very similar to Deadpool in a way. And if you watch this film, if any of you haven't seen it, try not to compare it to Deadpool, because it may ruin your enjoyment a little bit. Like, don't expect it to be bombastic and hilarious. It's not crazy funny like Deadpool was, but it's quite amusing. It's got quite a lot of humour in it, but it's also... It doesn't always hit the mark, I should say. There are a few jokes where I'm just sort of like, oh, why? But, yeah. Anyway, this video's gone on for 13 minutes, so I'm going to give you guys my overall conclusion to the film. Now, I think... One more con. Most of the characters aren't that well developed by the end of the film. I would have loved to see more of Huntress, personally. Huntress could have been developed a lot more. Dinah Lance has developed quite well. Renee Montoya has developed quite well. Cassandra Cain has developed quite well. But Huntress, for me, she needed a lot more development, in my opinion. And if there's a Birds of Prey 2, I hope we see more of her. But anyway, now to the conclusion. I thought this movie was very fun. It's a pretty nice fresh... It's like the last DC movie to come out was Joker, and so coming to this, it's a pretty nice... It's a really nice change from Joker, which was dark, depressing, and goddamn unnerving, which actually worked in the film's favour, unlike certain DC films we've watched over the last 5 or 6 years, I think. But yeah, so it's a nice fresh change of pace, and of course just... Okay, that's rude. My phone just ran out of storage and cut me off mid-sentence. I don't like my phone that much. My phone's evil. It's an iPhone 7. It's evil. It hates me. But anyway, as I was saying, like, it's sort of similar to Shazam in tone, and that works quite well in its favour, but it also has the same issue with Shazam, and that is the jokes don't always land. And Jesus Christ, it's windy out there today. And yeah, the movie's great. Black Mask, Roman Sionis, played by Ian McGregor, is amazing in this film. If you're going to watch this film, it's worth it just for him. like seeing him come from playing these characters like Danny Torrance and Mark Renton. Really great change of pace to see him play a villain, and you can tell he's enjoying it. And yeah, like it's worth the watch. Like I paid about it's like £5 for a ticket here where I live to go see this film, and it's worth it. Like it's definitely worth it. Great film, and I can't wait to see what comes next. I'm gonna give this film an 8 out of 10. It is that good. And yeah, if you guys want a spoiler review of this film, if you want a spoiler review, let me know in the comment section because I do want to talk about the key events in this film, but I don't know if you guys will be interested in that because I'll probably be rambling for about an hour. But yeah, so just if you guys want to see a spoiler review, let me know and I'll do it. And one last thing, I put like a little plan up on the video I put up yesterday. Well, the new video I put up yesterday, the newest one, the channel update. That's it. And I end up saying, and for some reason I posted a little plan in there, and I thought I posted it on a Friday, and it was last night, and last night was a Saturday. Today is Sunday. So for those of you expecting the Diamonds in the Rough review, I'm gonna have to do it on Tuesday, because tomorrow I'm not really gonna be able to do like these sort of videos where I'm in front of a camera and talking, because I'm at college all day. Then I'm going to have dinner, and I'm going to drama, and I'm coming home. So I'm out all day tomorrow, and I'm out all day every single Monday. The only thing you're gonna get on Monday is like lyric videos. That's all you get. But so yeah, Tuesday evening UK time, you should expect Diamonds in the Rough review up. For later today though, expect me to do, I'm going to try and get 2 more lyric videos done today. Those are Demons by Avenged Sevenfold off the Diamonds in the Rough album, and I did say I was going to do Critical Darling by Slipknot, and it's either going to be that or Spit It Out by Slipknot. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm not Unsaintly YT, I'm Critical Duality. I forgot. I named myself for like 2 Slipknot songs. Great. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been Critical Duality, and let me just show you my big ass film collection. Move that shit out of the way. Yeah. Nope, not done. There we go. Perfect. What's got this thing? This is technically a room tour. This is my bed. This is my Black Ops 3 poster, which is going to get ripped down very soon. This is my Joker poster, which will probably get replaced at some point when I go to see the Slipknot show in August. Speaking of Slipknot, here's my shirts. Yeah. There. Come here, you piece of shit. There we go. Straight from Amazon. Yep. I'm a cheap bastard.